Good evening. This is CRONOS LANK, your host and dungeon master.
So 2 arrows firing at you, but you got half cover, baby.
Treeleaf.
Hey, it's just me. You know, flower leaf, branch.
Alamandros.
I understand that you've set up extra gods lately, and I'm sorry that we have gone through them. We were just looking to speak to your leader.
Iblis.
Or you should go try and talk to whoever it is, seeing as how it's your house.
Yeah.
I'll cover you from the trees.
In tonight's groundbreaking episode of Drive By DND, our adventurers double back to Treeleaf's greenhouse to retrieve the head of a wayward orc to help them negotiate with the mysterious wood elf leader Arrowhome. However, unbeknownst to the group, the proud elven ruler of Ardeep Forest already wants them dead. Now, his warriors stalk the group silently and unseen from amongst the shadowy trees, awaiting the perfect opportunity to strike. A deadly ambush, a heartbreaking loss, and an unbelievable roll by Iblis that boggles the mind so completely that one is left without option but to believe in the power of fate. All this and more in what I like to call Episode 5, Rumble in the Woods. It's like Rumble in the Bronx, only better.
Harvey is leading you back to your camp, Treeleaf. He told you that he saw a wounded orc, rummaging through your camp. He didn't want to intervene. You know, he might get killed by an orc. So he leads you back as far as he guided you to those elvish ruins that you were just visiting. He told you how to get deeper into the woods. At this point, he kind of gives you that look, Treeleaf, like, hey man, like, if you're all cool, I'm out of here.
All right, dude. We're gonna go check out the greenhouse.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, be careful out there. Again, this place is swarming with
You said one orc, right?
elf patrols, but no one wants you in here, remember?
I live here.
Yeah, I know, but the elves don't care at this point. They're on edge.
What?
So if you don't need me anymore, I'll just be on my way.
It's all good, my man. I want to show these guys my home, so we're gonna go.
Yeah, you remember the way back, right?
I know.
Alright, give me some hoof, buddy. So he puts out his hoof,
Yeah, we found it.
and he just dances off into the woodlands. His golden antlers are glowing.
I like the idea that he's actually on 2 hooves and actually dancing on out of there.
Yeah, I know he's dancing. And you go back, you remember the way back, especially with Treeleaf, he's your guide at this point. You traverse some of that really green grass that you passed before, but it doesn't look re-triggered. It seemed like it was like a one-time deal, especially Iblis, you noticed that. Oh no, it didn't come back. And you're approaching...
Come back.
And you're approaching Treeleaf's camp. And can you just kind of remind everyone what they might be finding at your camp when you get there?
Yeah, before we even get to the clearing, I think what I've set up for me is still just up ahead in this clearing. If there's an orc, we should be ready. I don't know if you guys need to do anything. I'll probably lead the way. Iblis, I think probably that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's your home. Probably know it best. But Iblis is going to ready wayward the second he sees the orc. He's going to cast wayward on himself.
As I'm walking towards the forest, I'm doing a perception check just to see if I'm noticing anything like out of the ordinary.
Actually, you all approach the tree line of Treeleaf Branch Root's homestead, his humble homestead in the woods, his greenhouse, and everyone make a perception check. Iblis hears like a heavy breathing coming from inside the greenhouse.
So when we see the greenhouse itself, there's just 2 trees that have fallen over and they've made like a T shape. They're pretty wide trees, I would say like 6 feet wide, like they're big fuckers. Just thrown over top of the whole thing, it's just a massive blanket. This is my home.
Iblis is like, shh, I hear something inside. You should sneak up.
Hopefully you're just hearing my plants.
Plants breathe loudly.
They definitely breathe softly.
Never heard a plant breathe before.
You didn't listen.
I guess there's probably like a flap or something hanging down in front, so like we can't see what's
The blanket's
inside.
been cut down the middle and seems to be just held together with like a little piece of twig.
Would you consider it a door that's possibly unlocked?
Are you asking me,
I
or are you
feel like
asking
you gotta do what you...
He would consider it a door.
What would Iblis do?
Iblis is gonna, where he's hiding from the trees, he's like, let's see what's in there, and he tries to cast thaumaturgy. He just like throws it like an invisible ball kind of thing. He's hidden in the bush and just the curtains just waft open, almost like big breeze or something.
So make a perception check.
4.
They come up so quick and so fast that your eyes can even see past the blankets. But you still hear the noise.
Huh? That didn't work. Maybe you should go try and talk to whatever it is, seeing as how it's your house.
Yeah,
I'll cover you from the trees.
it works every time.
Yeah.
Would you like me to accompany you?
Always happy to have you come with me. Yeah, we can introduce ourselves together.
I think it's an injured person.
Well, I don't like to think negatively about these things. I was telling Iblis the plants breathe, so maybe we're just hearing them.
Does that sound like the normal plant breathing?
So yeah, a little.
I'll draw my sword nonetheless.
So you're walking towards the tent. You hear the breathing intensify. Stops. And then right when you're sort of about to open it up, you hear this deep growl. On the ground, hiding behind one of your plants, is this orc. It's got these green arrows, like he's broken the arrow shafts off his body, but it's green elvish arrows, and he's just struggling to live. Please don't kill me.
Should I introduce myself first? My name's Flowerleaf Tree Branch. You're in my house.
That's a run, escape from elves. Please don't kill me. He's like coughing up some blood.
Was it you attract Nightstone?
Nightstone? No Nightstone.
What does he read for being in his hut?
Shh. Elves.
When I hear that there's no fighting or anything, Iblis is gonna kind of prowl the perimeter, make sure nothing's sneaking up on us or anything.
First, make a stealth check.
20.
And now make an investigation check. So you're going around, you're maneuvering around the campsite.
12.
You see that the trees extend out for a far distance, but it does seem oddly, almost deathly quiet.
How long have you been in here?
Snark not no. Around him, busted up animal bones, little small bones, squirrels, maybe rabbits around him. And it looks like he's been here maybe a few days.
It looks like you're hurt. See the, he points to the plants behind him. You could have just put that on yourself and you probably would be fine. In fact, why don't I help you? And there, so in the back there's a whole, he makes shelves of like interwoven twigs are just holding these plants. They're super rickety. Some of them have even at this point fallen over. But there is some like dreamweed plants, there's some and just some regular healing herbs. So he grabs those, throws a couple onto his wounds, and he's got
He's got
an herbalism kit.
Human, very kind. You've patched up a lot of the wounds, and somehow, like the arrows, because you removed them from him. Kind druid, says Snark.
So you could probably go now. You're still in my home.
Wait. He's just been standing there, kind of pointing his sword at him, and then a little more, and a little more once he sees him healing. We don't normally heal them where I'm from. What do you plan to do after this, orc?
Snark not know what to do. Elves everywhere. Brothers kill. But you do notice dangling from his armor set is this string of pointy ears, like covering. Maybe Snark stick with you guys.
I'm not sure what the elves are going to think of this, and us killing all of their gods.
We were planning on bringing your head to show them, so...
No, don't kill them. Don't kill me.
We don't kill our friends, and you haven't made it self-unfriendly. Alamandrus, we made another friend. We can at least point him in the right direction.
I am 100% lost on what to do with this orc. You want to bring him, I want to kill him. I mean, I don't really want to kill you, I just want to go to the elves, you see.
What?
The problem is, I can speak with the elves.
Kill me, don't kill me.
We won't kill you, but I don't think you can come with us either. Also, I don't think you can stay here, because these guys, and he points to the plants behind him, they need to have some space to breathe.
Let's not come.
You want to just stay in this hut.
Come with.
Looks over at Almandros.
You stay in this hut until I've figured out what to do with you. You know if you run in these woods, the elves will destroy you. If we can use you later, I think that we will. If you come after us, I will murder you where you stand.
Okay, make an intimidation.
18.
Yes, big night. Yes, big night.
It's Almandros. Remember the name.
Stark, stay here in the tent.
Before we go, why are you fighting the elves? Your necklaces. You've killed a lot of elves.
Can you guys make a stealth check, by the way?
9.
You hear out of the woods, clippity clop in this gallop, and Treeleaf's ears perk up. He hears the grunting of what could only be Harrowby running into your campsite, but just as he is, arrows. One punctures Harrowby in his leg. It trips over its own legs. His face in the dirt, his golden antlers covered in dust. Harrowby's tripping over his legs. He can't get up. Basically, it's initiative right now.
Oh, was that Harrowby?
Snark's like, no, elves. The arrows are glowing green in the ass of Harrowby.
Iblis sees Harrowby come running in and get pelted with arrows, ducks behind the tree that he's standing beside.
All you guys can see are these green arrows flying in at you from somewhere in the woods. You're having difficulty seeing where this is coming from, but...
So we're in the tent, too. Like, we're safe from... Like, there's two big trunks of trees.
I'll give you half cover.
Yeah, we're inside. There's two... I said 2 6-foot-wide trees over top of us. Like, where would they come from?
But it's... You don't know where they're coming from. Yeah, they're coming from right where the flap's open.
He's coming from inside the house.
Half cover!
Oh my god.
These are sharpshooters. 2 arrows fly at you. One's a 16.
It's a hit.
3 damage. One just shanks off the big 6-foot trees you're talking about. Whatever. The other one pierces you. 2 come for Alamandros.
Totally impossible to even roll.
2 more come at you. No, crit 1.
Stuck in the blanket or whatever the door is.
2 come for Iblis. 20 something.
The door?
Is that just trees?
Yeah, there's 2 trees like that. No, I said it was a blanket over top, slit down the middle.
10 damage.
And then there's twigs that were just holding it.
Piercing, right?
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah,
resistance.
so the blanket goes over the entire...
It's like a massive blanket.
So I feel like Iblis had just ducked behind a tree, cast wayward on himself, and then right as he finished casting it, that arrow just like heads into his leg. For it.
So these green arrows fly out of the woods, and you all need to either make a perception check, nature check. Yeah, you can choose one of those two. Like you're all making a check to see if you can spot them.
13.
10.
4. You can't see what's attacking you, but it's Treeleaf's turn.
I need to help Harvey.
Harvey's panting on the ground. He's in death saving throw situation.
I wouldn't go out there, my friend. You should stand behind me. I'll stand near the opening and you stand behind me.
That should cover me and our friend if you do that. 100% cover. And
just get on with it.
He puts his hands over his chest. He's just curling himself into a ball underneath Alamandros' armored body, casting Cure Wounds on himself. So you see like a green energy just move through his fingers into all of his twigs. He seems a little bit less hurt. Definitely didn't heal since the last battle.
Yeah, definitely like hands and berries, you know, your nipple berry. Yeah, you look like you could use these more than I can.
They're a little squished, but...
I tend to move around a lot. Got the lunges in the morning, you know. But now's not the time for that. And you, Skrank, whatever your name may be, you stay back there and you don't move unless I tell you to. We are not your enemy! He yells out the door.
What language are you speaking?
Elvish.
There's just an eerie silence in the wood. It's scary how much you don't hear.
We are not your enemy. We're just travelers here looking to speak to you about the giant pandemic. I understand that you've set up extra guards lately, and I'm sorry that we have gone through them. We were just looking to speak to your leader.
You catch a glimpse of elf behind a tree, sort of somewhere in this outer forest. You know, it's got bark-like skin. Its eyes are glowing a glimmer of gold, but it peeks back behind the tree.
I'm not going to attack or anything, so I'll just ready if anybody comes up looking menacing.
Melee or range?
Yeah. Melee.
Okay.
Iblis, from where he is, he's going to run not directly in the direction of where he saw the elf, but off on a slight angle from it. The idea is that, like, as he's moving, there's some trees that pass in the way as he's running, and as he's running, he tries to time it with where he thinks that the elf is, and he actually casts invisibility on himself, so it's kind of like he just runs behind one tree, and you don't see him come out the other side.
Okay, so make a perception check.
20.
You can't see anything else except the one. Dustin's voice sort of lured out. He almost... Oh, damn. Oh, that hurts. That one hurts. Alamandros. That elf just made, like, textbook special ops mistake number 1. And you got the edge on him.
Yeah, so that's my turn.
What is your positions, Alamandros and Treeleaf?
Yeah, inside the hut behind you.
Yeah.
You got a shield up?
I am using a shield, but it's like more here-ish.
Okay, I'm definitely behind you and inside. I haven't come out.
So you're like in full cover.
Full cover?
I would say so.
Full cover just so I don't get shit?
Yeah. Can they shoot through a walled thing on all sides?
No, but there's like a tent portion, isn't there?
Yeah, but he's in the tent.
Yeah, it's like an A-frame, and they block the front end, so then where are they going to shoot?
And it's covered in a giant blanket. I would say it hit the blanket earlier. Well, it's just what we said happened.
Alright. You guys all make perception checks then.
I wouldn't happen to have advantage or anything because of where I'm at. And the fact that I'm invisible watching.
Sure, yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. 10. Fucking didn't matter. 7. Iblis got briefly distracted by the fact that he's invisible. It's like, holy shit, this actually works. Wasn't actually paying attention.
Yeah. Treeleaf, you rolled
17.
You know, you're sheltering behind strong, but you feel almost like tremors on the ground. Oh, did I say strong?
You said strong.
Oh, Your face changed that little bit of Anyways, you're sort of behind Alamandros, and you feel like vibrations on your feet, like you're just one with the ground. And you take a little peek up behind him and can see through the tent crack another elf stalking in behind a tree, bow in hand, green arrow, locked and loaded, moving in. Oh, and death roll for Harvey. He's trying to pick himself up, but his one foot was just dragging him down. You could see the mud on his face that he's put there, like total stealth mode. One with the forest, camouflage. It's your turn.
Alamandros. I see another one by the smaller, tinier little spruce tree over there.
I'm just like, where? Oh, you there! I'm saying in Elvish. We did not mean you any harm.
More persuasion.
10.
Elf just like starts pointing its bow right in the direction that you heard the sound come from. No words. Silent, stone-like face. Pointy ears.
Oh, he's pointing his bow at me again.
But he's not shooting at you, so go out.
I don't know how much I should continue the conversation.
Iblis is gonna do while he's out in the woods trying to track down where these guys are is remembering that the arrows are magical items, he's gonna cast Detect Magic while he's invisible to hopefully maybe catch sight of some glowing quivers in the woods maybe.
Alright, make perception with advantage.
Yeah, 19.
Your Detect Magic waves out and you do see. You don't even know how they got by you, but 2 wood elves decked out in total camouflage. They've got tree branches just intertwined in places you never thought possible. Little antlers on their heads and readying their bows with these arrows. They look like they're stalking forward on Treeleaf and Alamandros' position.
Basically, Alamandros just wants to sneak around behind this guy.
Iblis?
Yeah, Iblis.
Alamandros just
I
falls
gotta
off
thinking
the
so
tongue.
much about how many times you were not calling him Alamandros. Now I'm calling him.
You're all infected. I feel like make a stealth check right there, though.
15.
The ground beneath
Aren't you
you.
invisible?
No, Detect Magic would have stopped the invisibility.
Sorry.
Here's one last twig that you just didn't want to step on. Turns around, bow facing, just ready to fire.
Hello there.
Longbow. Just taking 2 shots here. Oh yeah, rolling a niche. Roll a niche here.
Oh, let's restart the fight. Somebody roll high.
8, 13.
Yes.
19.
Alright, well, it's still good.
2 arrows.
Drops in quick hunter-like succession, notches 2 arrows, quickly looses them at this like figure that's appeared out of the dark woods. And he gets a 10 and an 11.
Yes.
Oh.
I feel like it was just as Alamandros is flickering out of invisibility, so the guy didn't really get it. Fuck's sakes.
Did he say Alamandros again?
That loving for Alamandros.
Alamandros on the brain.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, basically.
Who doesn't?
As Iblis was flickering out of invisibility, the guy didn't get a good look at him, and so both arrows just whizzed by him.
The one elf closest to that other elf hears the shots fired, just can even hear that little, even though it was almost like a silencer on that bow. But this team has trained a long time together, and he hears the bowstring starts moving towards this way and starts firing 2 longbow shots. He doesn't make a mistake. 13 piercing damage. They both strike places that don't want to be striked. These guys are moving in, readying their longbows as they are like creeping closer and closer into the area where they believe Treeleaf and Alamandros to be hiding. They ignore the dying deer with the golden antlers beside them, who gasping for life at this moment. You can see his eyes dimming. Doesn't have much longer. But you do have visible sight of these camouflage people at this point.
Alamandros, we really need to help Harvey. He's my longest friend, but I don't know if I want to fight these elves.
I don't disagree. I don't know what to do exactly either.
Should I go out and talk to them?
It hasn't hurt before. You, stay in here. If you see me go down, you pick up anything you find and start attacking. I know which side you're on.
Snark looks at you, yes, nods his head and just obeys.
Okay, I, coming out from behind Alamandros, put my hands in, open the door of the blanket, and step out. Hey, it's just me, you know, flower leaf branch.
Make charisma saving throw.
Is it with advantage because I know them?
I'm checking to see if they know you, based on kind of what you roll and their wisdom.
That's a 1.
So, all you hear in the conversation is just 2 bowstrings that they were seeing, and they both attack you.
It's not their turn.
Oh, yeah. They're about to attack you.
Do I still have movement left? You know what I mean? Like I came, I stepped 5 feet forward, said something.
But they were readying their action as they were approaching to shoot. They were like, anything that comes there, we're shooting that. And I gave you a little breath of life to maybe stop that, but you didn't.
Did you say that you're ready in action?
Yeah, I said they were readying.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Gotcha.
I got.
It's on there. We'll listen to the tape.
Yeah, it's on there. It's like, I'll delete that section. But now I have to keep it. So one of them hits, one of them misses. From the 1, 8 damage. The other guy takes 2 shots. These guys look like they've been hunting for a long time, but still missing, I guess, from such close quarters that only 1 hits.
What was the
3 damage. So that's what they do. It's now.
So then he moves and ducks back behind Alejandro.
Sure, exactly.
He's like breathing heavily. Arrows are coming out of his body. That didn't work. He's coughing a lot.
Bitch! Yells and he just rushes out there.
Wow. Your stealth check needs to be a disadvantage, I forgot again. You've been getting away with it this whole damn time.
I suppose, yeah. Even if I'm not
100% there.
I'm like, remember to do it on that last stealth check.
Yeah,
I forgot. It's
right.
again.
I
Forgot again.
Yeah.
God's sake.
It's his job to run.
21.
That hits. You're just rushing out of the first one you see. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you hit.
How many are there?
There's 4 in total, but there's 2 that you can see.
And then I'm going to distract and strike with my last maneuver. So 16, and then this thing disadvantage, or no, advantage on anybody but me is attack.
Right, it's disadvantage in life as
he's
well.
so focused on me.
Yeah, well, he's so focused on you that he can't even see you murder him, so how does he die?
So I just, run him through, just charge out, stab right through his belly and pull her out.
Yeah, you hear the crunch of like his bark leather armor that they've like handcrafted just crumple as if it was butter, and your blade slices through, murders him, he goes down, dead flat. Easy. His buddy, though so trained, so cool, so calm, doesn't seem affected even by it.
You drew first blood, not me, but you're gonna pay for it.
Iblis is thinking to himself, like, kind of fucked. I'm 60 feet into the woods away from, almost to the point of, I feel like Iblis is, in his panic, is starting to get almost turned around in the woods. Like, I'm deep enough in here, and I've got 2 fucking elves just rocketing arrows at me nonstop. So, the only thing Iblis can to do is he just kind of runs out on an angle to get, hopefully, some kind of cover behind the tree from where the elves are, while his back's up against the wall. He just starts cursing in Infernal, turns around, his eyes are kind of glowing, and he points at the first elf that he can see and casts Hellish Rebuke on it, literally cursing it to hell. Gotta make a dexterity saving throw.
7?
10 fire damage. So just flames blast up from right underneath of the soles of its feet.
He dies.
This happened before too with Hellish Rebuke. Like he's standing on top of a jet exhaust and it's just like flames just and he just incinerates. Once the flames pull back down, there's just nothing there.
Yeah, all that bark armor did not help with that fire. It ignited him. His own defenses made that fire that much worse. He screams out in pain. Now you hear some birds chirping out of the trees, like flying away from the death. The other guy's looking for you though, looking to shoot. You're behind about half cover. He can spot you a little bit there at the tree, and he shoots at you. So 2 arrows firing at you, but you got half cover, baby. 18 and 15.
It's 14 with the half cover.
Green arrows flying at you.
So as Iblis has his head around the corner and he's cursing the other one to hell and casting Hellish Rebuke, other 2 arrows peg him as he had his head sticking out and drops.
Wow. The elf in all its decked out camouflage just immediately turns from his target, starts stalking to get in a position in the main fight. And Ardeep, his eyes dimming, looking out at Treeleaf through the camp. He thinks he can see his little buddy and doesn't see him ever again in his life. It was too much. He was coughing on the dirt in the whole area. His horns are still glimmering in the night woods, but the last gas just leaves his lungs.
Dicks out for Harabi.
This one elf is, since you've come into close combat with him, just drops the bow, pulls out a short sword, takes 2 swipes at you, does not hit you. Clanking off the heavy armor, it's never seen anything this powerful in its life. It looks at its sword and you see a sense of giving up on his face, like, how did this blade fail me? So that's it, it's Treeleaf's turn. Yeah, right.
No, Harabi!
He
runs over. He's got fistful of herbs, and he just like pushes them onto Harrowby. He's looking into his eyes. Harrowby! And then he looks over to the elf. What did you do? Grabs his spear from, it's woven in behind his armor, pulls it out, just runs screaming at the elf, and goes to attack the elf. 9.
Your spear, he quickly sidesteps it as if that's one of the earliest moves they learned in basic training to avoid. But you gain inspiration for the epic attempt to do it. There was heart. You're gonna have to swing a little harder.
It did not have to end this way. I mean, he's like walking up as he sidestepped, elf sidesteps tree roots. He's approaching with shield up, just anticipating the move and hoping to hit. 16?
Yep.
So, 12.
The elf's bewilderment at the attempt of this druid to attack it was distracted though by that momentary second. Your sword comes down big and hard and just pokes through his like bark armor, takes a heavy wound. Hand goes to his side, still clutching the sword, ready to battle.
Iblis is laying on the ground and he's noticing the silence. Like, can't even, I feel like 60 feet of woods, can't even hear their fight going on. Actually, the only thing he can kind of hear is where he did Hellish Rebuke. Like, some of the limbs of the closest tree are still kind of crackling on fire a little bit. But he's just laying there. He's got at least 4 arrows sticking out of him in different places and just coughing up blood at the moment. But he passed that one.
2 arrows coming at the big man Alamandros from the woods. The guy who kind of peeled off his attack after killing Iblis walked back to the fight and sees his wounded buddy, heard the crack of that bark leather armor just break right open. The blood spills out onto the green grass. Takes a couple shots as best he can. I'd say you have half cover here because his buddy's kind of in your way. He's trying to shoot you. You see the green arrows in your direction, 17 and 16, and you're like kind of half cover. So arrows just fly by, don't hit. The other guy takes a couple swipes at you though, ignoring the druid who made his great effort. What about a 20 and a 19?
Yeah, 20 is a hit.
He's holding his wound with his one arm, but he's stabbing forward with his short sword with the other, and he does 5 damage.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And then it's Treeleaf.
After missing with his spear, he kind of digs down into the dirt. He took a step forward and toppled over. He just turns and whips the spear towards the one beside him. At the same time, this vine filled with thorns whips out. He's aiming it towards its neck to wrap around its neck, casting Thorn Whip. 18.
Yep.
Okay, take 2 damage. It's not like it actually, it doesn't become like a grapple.
Yeah. After the wound and that hit, he looks like he's on death's door.
Okay, we'll speak to you in a moment. Roll a 19.
Yeah.
And he doesn't kill him.
Okay.
Pushes him over
He's
and
down.
stuff, and then steps over his body and moves towards Buddy. Yield now. Rend up as your friends have.
Is that an Elvish?
Yes.
Make an intimidation.
12.
Yeah. Sees his whole team obliterated around him. He does stalk back and goes to run away.
Is there a disengage?
Yeah.
So now he's intimidated.
Yeah, he's in a state of intimidation.
It was, again, convulsing a little bit, bleeding all over the place, coughing up blood, but ends up passing the save that was a 19. I feel like his eyes are slowly starting to open again, but all he's able to concentrate is the light that he sees from, which is the tree on fire, basically. That's the one thing that he's kind of holding on to, that he can actually see through the tunnel vision, is this flickering light that he's just staring at.
Nice. The intimidated person, he's just saw how his other buddy was ineffectual against it and starts to go for a run, and he's going to disengage. He's going to retreat, and then it's...
So he turns and he's run back to Harrowby. He's just like on the ground on his knees. He's just like got his hands. He's just, kind of petting him on his head. Just like, oh, Harrowby, consoling himself. He's a good friend.
Make an insight check.
6.
You're trying to think back to this one night where you two just were having this crazy conversation about what he wanted you to do after his death, like if he ever died. You guys were having like one of those late night conversations in the woods, and
I want you to eat me.
but you can't remember what it exactly was.
Which, by the way, if I die, I want you guys to eat me.
He'll become
Continue
part of
life,
you.
yeah.
Be part of us, and when we're D&Ding, you'll still be here.
Exactly. Like what you think.
So Elemental's just gonna chase the guy. Come back! I can't let you off.
It's jumping over logs and running through the thick grass, and its gold eyes are looking back at you through the mud-caked face of camouflage, but you catch up to him.
I'm gonna try and grab him.
A knight against a wood elf, no contest.
I'm just holding him and yelling at him. Also, looking around for other elves or anything.
Make a perception.
16.
As far as you can tell, the minute you've grappled this person, the place is so quiet now, the whole forest seems on edge. You don't see any other sort of living, breathing thing, except for the other guy you knocked out in the middle of Treeleaf's camp. You look over, you see, yes.
You see this tree on fire. That's the one that...
Yeah, the fire leads you, it catches your eye. You almost would have walked away, but the fire catches your eye as you see Iblis's body about, 30 feet away from you.
Damn.
That caught me up.
Set of one?
Yeah. So, Iblis, again, was just kind of focusing on that fire, and he just kind of blinks, but his eyelids are just too heavy. He just closes his eyes, no longer looking at the fire. He's fading into unconsciousness.
You guys want a death? You're getting death. So, he's gonna make a strength test to try and get out of your grapple, right? You gotta roll something here, but...
No, I think his modifier is higher than...
Yeah, you win. Yeah, you don't even...
I guess a 1 is an auto loss.
You just bicep grab him a little bit tighter. He tried, you're like, no, you used 20% of your energy, if that. He can still attack, though, at disadvantage. Doesn't hit you at all, just feebly squirming beneath the plated mail of your manly grip.
Is this guy taking any damage?
He's taking no damage.
I feel like he's in the same state. He's got tears streaming down his face. He's laying now with his arm wrapped around him, almost in a spooning motion, but just talking to his old buddy.
What are you saying to him?
I mean, they're friends since childhood. This is the only friend he's ever known. He's just regaling him with stories of their past. Remember when you taught me to hunt? I guess he was okay with hunting. He understood.
Right. He taught you the circle of life. Yeah.
Life. And that's the state that he's in. He doesn't even really know, I think, what's happening behind him anyway, I think.
Now, let him go, and then I'm going to...
Now you can do something.
I'm going to run over to here, which gives him an opportunity to attack.
It's going to attack.
He's yelling at the same time.
Two swords, just like... He's like, I can't believe you let me go. 20 and 14.
20's a hit.
5 damage. Slashes you through the plate. Found a little weakness there. It's getting now, it thinks it can win, but you may proceed.
Yeah, and he zips on over. Tries to help him, which just gives you advantage on your next thing.
Well, you can do a medicine check on him to...
Yeah, you could actually...
You can do it.
Yeah, my medicine's not so good. I'd rather just give you advantage. It's gonna be okay, Elvis.
There you go. Dumb 20s.
Whoa!
What does that mean?
Oh,
right after you
Oh my god, how could that happen?
You come back up to full health.
Not today!